The stock market south of the border in a bit of a free fall right now. Are we done? Is it going to be a bounce back tomorrow? Dead cat and pounce? Hard to say. But what do you do as we approach RSP season? Is it time to panic a little or hold on tight? We talked to Alan Small, financial analyst, to get his thoughts on this.
Wow, it's not something you see every day, and it's, I guess, the biggest point loss we have ever seen. I think for investors in general, it's when they look at their statements, I guess, or go online and see their accounts come tomorrow, I think everyone's going to be anxious, a little bit anxious before they check to see how much that actually equated to their portfolio, and it could mean, a few percent drop. But the hope is that cooler heads will prevail, and we'll start to see this market gain some footing in the next couple of days.
For people with RSPs, what's the big concern? Obviously, I guess it depends on where you're at with your RSPs. If you're close to retirement, if you're in your 30s, different games.
Exactly. And so for those that are closer to retirement and have to start to withdraw their money, obviously a time like this is probably not the best time you want to be a seller. For those that can hang on to their investments within their RSP accounts, I think you'll be fine. This is, I always say investing is a marathon, not a sprint. And overall, I think what you want to do is, hold tight, take a step back. I always like to take a step back and say, give it a day or two, see how everything settles out. And actually, there could be some really interesting buying opportunities because of the last few days. We saw, I guess, over 600-point decline on the Dow on Friday, now over 1,100-point decline today. Again, keep in mind, it's just the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is only made up of 30 stocks, although all the other indices fell as well. But the Dow seems to be getting the biggest headline because of that big 1,000-point number.
And that's a big psychological number, isn't it? That can trigger people.
Absolutely. I had never seen four-digit loss before, so it was a big number that I think most of us weren't expecting. I think many of us have been waiting for this 5 to 10% pullback. We're now seeing it. It's one of those things where you're kind of hoping for it a little bit so we can actually put more money to work. But when it actually happens, individuals get really nervous. So, you got to be careful what you wish for sometimes.